That's pretty cool. Because you got a really really great thing going like that YouTube page that you have is it's very powerful. Like I've responded a couple of times, and like a lot of the things you say, it makes a lot of sense. So,
Thank
you
you.
know,
Walk talking like a boss, I just lift a hand. 3 million cash, call me Rain Man. Money like a shower, that's my rain dance.
How'd you find the channel? How'd you come across? How'd you find me?
I mean, really, it's YouTube. I usually look up stuff about brokerages and being a loan officer frequently on YouTube, and I came across your site. I've listened to a couple of YouTube videos,
Oh, nice.
so it was just intriguing. But I've never thought about looking you up on LinkedIn. It just so happened that one day I was on LinkedIn. I just started this brokerage, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna get a mentor in order to kind of, be efficient in doing this. And your information popped up. I think there was I don't know if it figured out an algorithm between my YouTube searches and LinkedIn, but your picture came up, and I was like, hey, that's that guy that's on YouTube.
Yeah, that's
So,
cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, I friended you, and that's kind of how this came about.
Okay, so I let you know a little bit about kind of there's two different programs. There's going to be a 4-week long boot camp, kind of like a sales boost
Okay.
camp, and then there's going to be a weekend boot camp, which is basically just Saturday and Sunday. So it's kind of a real hyper focused, very detail oriented coaching, but it's mainly for like individual loan officers. Whereas, if I heard you correctly, I think you're running a branch.
Yeah, I am kind of like an individual.
Okay.
It's a brokerage where I'm a broker.
Okay.
But, it's just really me in a brokerage shop.
Sure,
So I
sure.
haven't kind of expanded quite yet. So, yeah, I see where you're coming from.
How are you sourcing your what are the challenges you're running into right now?
Honestly, it's just overall like being in sales, you're kind of focused on one aspect. It's easy to be a loan officer. It's harder to be a business owner. Because it's different things that go into it, like management of the contractors that you're going to use, the processors, all of these things. And like for me, that's where my challenge lies. I'm okay like bringing in deals and talking to people, but my challenge lies in like the management of the other stuff. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure. So you definitely got a lot of moving parts, and it's a little bit different being
Yeah.
a broker because you're not doing anything in house, and so you rely on the response of communications when you're following up. Is that right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, at the same time, I've been I was in the industry, back in the days before the NMLS came out, and I left the industry, and I just recently came back in I want to say 2014. Did a couple of short stints in two different companies, and I thought it was a great opportunity to just kind of start my thing off because I didn't really want to start trying to find a lender to be a part of. So as far as like just understanding as my understanding isn't as in depth as most folks who have the experience. So like I'm just trying to glean as much information as I can to bring in more money, pretty much.
Sure.
Does that make sense?
I do. Yeah, it makes sense. So your business right now, your like your pipeline, how much of it represents refinance and how much of it is purchase?
I'm right now. I'm actually in two states, and most of my business is refinance.
Okay. You prefer it
but
that
I
way,
want-
or are you looking to build on purchase?
I'm actually trying to build. I know it's a lot easier, and I know it's probably the way to go with interest rates going higher.
Okay.
But at the same time, my thought process is right now I'm not in the state. I'm not licensed in the state that I'm currently residing in. I'm in North Carolina, but I don't have a North Carolina license.
I see.
So in order to, yeah, so in order to kind of be big on a purchase side, you know, I would think you want to start locally, and I don't have that local license. I'm probably gonna have get it next year, but right now I don't have it. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, definitely. So where you're at right now, what you have in front of you right now, if there's anything that I can help you with, what questions do you have?
I mean, really, the sales part is always a good thing. How
Sure.
to stay motivated to bring in continual business, how to improve customer service, how to be more efficient with my open to close ratio.
Okay.
Things like that. Those things are important to me.
Okay. Okay. So I guess what, my experience of being working for a broker too, because I used to do real estate loans before you needed an NMLS license too.
Right,
And I had a chance to experience both the retail platform, which is similar to the platform I work for now because we do everything in house, and
right,
also kind of the structure that you have being a broker where you rely on specific relationships that you have with vendors, right? So
exactly.
you might
Yeah,
have
it's two
this,
different stuff.
yeah.
I'm
So
sorry. Go ahead.
uh,
I'm sorry. I'll cut you off.
no worries. You're basically having you have a lot to offer, more than most retail shops.
Right. Absolutely. I agree. But it's kind of two different things. And retail is pretty much my experience. I came from a retail space, and being a wholesaler and being a broker is it's a lot different. Like I said, it's a lot more pressure. It's a lot more things that I have to be aware of. It's like things that would be taken care of for me in a retail shop is not. Like I got to worry about it. I got to figure out how much to pay Caleb's point and how to set it up for my organization. I got to figure out my CRM. I got to figure out how I'm gonna manage this. I'm gonna manage that. It's a lot of headaches and it's a lot of
Sure.
responsibility.
Why use the platform, or why use the route or the process you have now versus an alternative? Is it the upside on more of a commission?
I mean, the commission control.
Okay.
I control. You know, basically, that's pretty much the bottom line. I want to be in control. Being in a retail shop, for me, from my experience, was a little limiting because I had just kind of one lender portfolio that I had to sell to us. And if the lender is not competitive, I'm kind of stuck. Does that make sense?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, so if the guidelines they're not flexible. It just puts me in a bad situation. So the lender that I was with, previous to kind of going into the brokerage side of it, was their product lines weren't competitive. Pricing wasn't competitive. They were very greedy. They were just kind of overcharging.
Yeah.
It made it very hard for me to make any money. Plus the what they were providing as far as leads, and I know like I'm supposed to go out there and get my own leads, and I do that, but what they were providing to me, like it just didn't seem like they cared about the staff. The loan amounts were like $80,000 to $120,000, and if you're getting the basis points that most retail shops offer, that's not gonna cut it. So
Right,
it
right.
just didn't make any sense to me.
So you're actually outsourced. So you're originating your own leads.
Correct. So basically, I right now I got to figure out how I'm going to bring the leads in. I got to figure out,
How do you do that
what
right now?
lenders. A lot of my leads come from outbound calls.
Okay.
I think it's kind of the best way, to just kind of figure out where to get raw data from,
Yeah, absolutely.
raw data, and just call it. And
Now, how are you
go from there.
approaching now? Are you approaching it based on like finding you a lower rate, lower payment, or what's the opening?
I mean, and I just recently started. I just got all my licenses put together, probably at the beginning of the last month. But the first purchase that I made was the things that I told the it had to be over 5%. They have to have the original loan amount had to be over 250,000. and a couple of other things. And I mean, they gave me a list, and I don't think it worked out because the list it was just a really really old list. A lot of folks were, had changed their situation since the time that they had those. So I just bought a fresh batch of leads, and it's pretty much mostly adjustables. I'm going to go the route of trying to fix people in since interest rates are going up. It's a much needed thing.
Right. Okay. So based on the information you shared with me, I mean, it's good that you did find my channel, because if you're looking for like sales mentoring, the sales information that I share on there will be very helpful, especially with like outbound sales origination. But in your position right now, it sounds like since everything is really just getting built up or ramped up, it's important that you identify kind of like the outlets, right? So for example, if you're going to buy a pool of leads that are with adjustable rate homeowners, we have to expect the payment shock or the rate shock if they're going to go from, let's say, 3% to 6%, right? Or 5.5% or whatever. And so then we have to just make sure we have one of our relationships as kind of like a plan B, like a backup, and say, you know what, I got an idea for you. If you want another adjustable rate mortgage, we can extend it. And so instead of it recasting or going to an amortized or going to an adjustable rate in 2 years, I can put you back on a 10-year fix. And so you'll have the out for the ARM that might be with a completely different vendor, because it sounds like you had one vendor where just like they weren't, like they were shady on the price, shady on the rate.
Right.
And so the good news is, though, you have kind of an advantage where I may not have. I only have one option. It's basically the programs that we have. Whereas if you have a relationship with, XYZ lender right down the street, and they specialize in sub 620 FICOs, then I'm going to kind of bucket them and make them their own classification. Same thing as, like the lead criteria that you're ordering. When it's kind of like Facebook ads where it's so vague, it's just going to open you up to a pocket of information that may not necessarily be worth your time. And so if you're going to spend your time outbound dialing or outbound soliciting, I think it's important to understand who has the hottest product right now with your vendors, your relationships. Like you want to get familiar with Fannie Mae Home Ready and Freddie Mac Home Possible. These are particular programs that will help people get out of FHA and into a conventional and overlook some of the adjustments that would affect you on your pricing, right? So identifying those little avenues becomes your strong suit, because you're not offering it as a regular program, a traditional program, right? So you're actually notifying kind of like this exclusivity of like, hey, I got access to this program that's been helping homeowners in your area exit the FHA loan so that they can get into a conventional before the rates go up. On the flip side, if you're calling adjustable rate mortgages, you're not saying, hey, I can help you get into a fixed program. You're actually just notifying them. So you're saying, hey, you know what, I'm just confirming with you, I'm sending out a notice to your property on Graniteville Lane. It's this program that I've been helping a lot of homeowners in your community with in exiting out of adjustable rate mortgage loans or high interest rate loans. So if you find the information useful, you know where to find me. You have my direct contact information. But the reason why I'm sending it out to you is because I noticed that you have an adjustable rate mortgage, and I think it's important for you to take a peek at that information. And so now it becomes like this quote unquote program. It's not, hey, do you want to refinance? So when you do outbound solicitation as a broker, you're leveraging your relationships with these vendors, but until you understand what their niche product is, like I might have lender A that just kills it with conventional 30-year fix, but I got lender B that just smashes it on VA loans, right? And so if I find out that lender A processes it super quick, whereas lender B, even though they got better pricing, they take forever to process and it's lag, then you know how to pocket them, and then you can order your leads based on that. But it really sounds like, from what I've heard, it's really kind of just getting your feet wet and getting a little bit more traction. With regards to like sales and outbound sales, I don't know if you had a chance to download my script.
No, I haven't yet. I know I've gone to the website and I've looked over stuff, but that was a while back. And I think I need to kind of revisit your website, check out what you have going on. Honestly, the connecting with you was it was off the spur of a moment thing where I saw your information. I recognized your name and I recognized your face, and I was like, hey, this is a good guy to get in touch with and to get connected up with. So when we got connected, I just started to shoot you a message. I didn't think you were going to respond as quickly as you did, which is a good thing. I'm very impressed.
Yeah.
But and here we are, we're conversing. So I guess that's a little bit of a homework on my side, where I have to, when I find some time, and I apologize about the noise in the background. Right now, I got a gentleman in my house, and he's helping me, put some things up, and I'm assisting him. So
no worries.
Half of my focus is there, and half of my focus is with you. But what I was saying is, like I guess the homework lies with me, where I have to go on your website and whatever you have out there, and just kind of check it out and just process it. Because I know, like, when I listen to your stuff on YouTube, you sound like you got it together. You know what you're talking about. So
yeah,
I think I definitely have to take a look at that for sure.
Well, cool. I thank you very much for the attention. I thank you for reaching out, and I'm always interested to know what captures the eye, because that's my goal, is to build that brand. So,
right.
And I just happen to know a lot about this particular topic. So for guidance or what have you, yeah, definitely check it out. Even on the LinkedIn profile, there's a link to it's called SalesRemastered. If you have any issues finding it, just hit me up on the DM and I'll send you a direct link to it. But it'll give you an outbound script on just kind of what I was just talking about right now, and also an inbound in case you want to dabble in any aggregate leads, or if that's the lead type that your company offers you. So, I know I called you out of the blue, and if anything, I just found like a open window of time where I know we said we were going to connect, and of course I'm documenting content. Do you mind if I record this phone conversation?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I appreciate that. I'll edit it, so it'll come out clean. But more importantly, I think it's helpful to get a good understanding of, number one, how you found the content, and then number two, in the same process, I could build a relationship and offer any experience that I can for you. So if you build up a team, then I can offer the support to your entire team. But yeah, I would just recommend getting a peek at that sales script. Check out the videos. There's a ton on there now. Over the last year and a half, I've been doing it. So I would say look at the content over the last 6 months. You'll see a different person versus my first 2 or 3 videos, and it's just becoming more comfortable. While at the same time, I do want to know what questions you're running into, because it helps me create content for the channel. So I think it's a win-win.
Absolutely. Is it possible, since I have your attention here, and again, I'm kind of like out and about, is it possible I can just give you my email address, and maybe you can shoot me that link, so that when I get on my computer, it's really easy. I can just click on it and I'm where I need to be.
I got you.
Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely. Send it to me by send me your email on the LinkedIn feed, that one, the DM, and then I'll send you over the link. Cool.
That sounds great. Can I ask, Daniel, what retail shop are you working for? What lender?
New American Funding.
New American. Okay. New American. And is it like a lender that doesn't allow you to broker out, or are you just kind of stuck with their you just have to kind of do business with their portfolio?
No, we are allowed to broker out. We have certain relationships, but the division that I'm in, we primarily focus in-house.
Oh, I see. Are you the branch manager there, or are you the senior guy up at that location? I'm just curious.
Yeah, no worries.
I wanted to know as much about you as possible, and just kind of get an understanding of your history. Do you run that shop, or is it your branch?
No, I work with the corporate office. So I work on a sales floor, like a call center with like about 120 agents, and it's broken down into about 6 teams, and I run one of them.
I see. That's pretty cool. Because you got a really, really great thing going, like that YouTube page that you have it's very powerful. like I've responded a couple of times, and like a lot of the things you say, it makes a lot of sense. So,
Thank you.
I just kind of wanted to know where you were coming from. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, appreciate that.
I'll shoot you my information, and definitely, I'll if I don't get it from you, I'm still gonna go check the website out.
Sure.
It just makes it easier for me to see, to go to the website when, I can just kind of click on it. So I'll shoot you that information, and I appreciate you calling, Daniel. Thank you so much.
No worries, Joshua. I appreciate you taking the time, and thanks for reaching out to me, man. Hope you like the content.
Definitely, I appreciate you, man.
All right, man. Later.
Have a good day.